Welcome back, my friends, to another unsolicited and uneducated football analysis with your friend David Valentin. Short, quick video about what's going on with Orlando City. The last four videos that I had posted are in Spanish. One of them is very critical. It is a conversation with Nachito Sanchez, who has been my source about the situation with Gaston Gonzalez in Argentina. Nachito is a broadcaster, journalist that covers Unión de Santa Fe, which is the club where Gaston is right now. Gaston is an Orlando City player, has signed with Orlando City, has already passed a physical. He's not going to be here until May, basically because this is an agreement that both clubs had. The Argentinian Federation has stopped all transfers out of Argentina for the time being to allow teams to recuperate somewhat financially. There hasn't been promotion relegation in the Argentinian league in the last 2 years. This year they're expected to have teams drop. Obviously, this is going to be of great detriment to some of the clubs. Argentina is going right now through great financial turmoil. The Argentinian peso used to be exchanged 100 to each US dollar. Right now is 200 Argentinian pesos to $1 US. So that means that 50% of the population right now is considered under poor, basically under the standard of being poor, and going to games at the stadium has become less of a priority, and for most of the fans who basically are struggling to get food and pay their rent or mortgage. With that said, this just sets the stage for what's going on in Latin America right now, where a lot of clubs are just basically selling all their prospects in favor of making money to keep the lights on. So that's the situation with Gaston. Also, Orlando City. Well, before going to Orlando City, the U.S. national team is gonna be here in Orlando March 27th. I secured 4 tickets for myself and my family. Super expensive, a luxury really, but I felt that it's important to support our national team as they are on the chase for a spot in Qatar. It's not every day that the national team comes to your town on a World Cup qualifier, and even though 2026 the cup is going to be hosted here in the United States, it's not guaranteed that we're going to host 4 games as a city, or that the United States national team is going to be playing here. So I just wanted to check that out of the box, take the opportunity to go and like I said, say I've been there. Orlando City, February 11th, 7 p.m. Friday, is going to be hosting open preseason game against the Colorado Rapids. This is an opportunity that the club is giving us. If you are a season ticket holder, you're gonna be receiving 4 free tickets to the event, and if you are not, then the tickets are going to be available $10 a piece. I think it's an opportunity for every Orlando City fan to go and enjoy themselves, taking a look at the new players that we have. Archen Kara out of Austria, Vienna, is our newest Lion. Classic number 9 per his own description. A guy with a nose for gold. If you have seen his highlight reel, the guy is very impressive. We haven't had a player like that in a very long time, so I'm very excited about that. Obviously, I want to see not only him and Facundo, but also Cesar Araujo, who was signed out of Uruguay, Montevideo Wanderers. He has finally arrived in Orlando. I'm very happy to see that he has finally is here in town. I have to say, like I said, that I'm very excited about the 2022 season, how it's panning out, how much money the Wolves are spending, and I think that for the first time ever in Orlando City history, we can honestly say that we are going to be contending for some sort of silverware. With that said, this past week, um, our CEO, Jared Dillon, had the opportunity to meet with fans and listen to their concerns. Criticism on that is the fact that once again the season ticket holders were left voiceless. There wasn't there anybody there to represent us. They primarily met with supporter group leadership, which is perfectly fine. But supporter group leadership answers to their members, who not necessarily are season ticket holders, and season ticket holders are not necessarily supporter group members. And I'm a little disappointed at that. The fact that our concerns are sort of brushed under the table, because talking to supporter groups does not necessarily mean that they're talking to us. And this is a complaint that season ticket holders had we had for years, where we don't have a seat at the table. Everything about the fans is always filtered through the supporter groups, and I was hoping that this time was going to be different. There was an article written by David Rowe from the mainland addressing the situation between the disconnect between the club and the fans, especially the season ticket holders. I suggest that you go check it out. Beautiful piece. Dave is a fans fan, and I appreciate his concern. He actually met with Jared, and deliver the concerns that most of us have. And for that, Dave, I appreciate it. I hope if you get to hear this or watch this video, that you know how much we're appreciating. And for full disclosure, I had received an invitation to go to this event. Unfortunately, after providing my email address and my phone number, I never heard from the club, which, in a way I was really disappointed. I had compiled information and stats and things like that about the main concerns that the season ticket holders have. For example, the fact that we no longer have a face in the club like we had in years past with Alex Leitao or Phil Rollins, where somebody basically was representing the club in the media. Also the fact that concessions are expensive, tickets are expensive, that we are not receiving really a tangible benefit by being a season ticket holder. Meanwhile, we feel that again the issues and the concerns in the ear of the club is always with the supporter groups and not with us. And all we're asking is to have representation in those meetings and at the table. After all, we're the economical engine of this club. We are the lifeblood of this club. Love, passion for Orlando City not necessarily resides exclusively on the north stand, and that's something that has bothered me for a very long time, where again the season ticket holder it gets ignored in favor of the supporter group. And hopefully the club will listen to us and address us in some way. There's a lot of things that have fallen out of quality. The fact that when you call your season ticket rep, sometimes in the past you used to call, they will answer immediately what's going on. They will let you vent if you have to. And now you call, they might call you hours later, they might call you the next day. And I feel that if I am paying for very expensive tickets, that my phone call needs to be a priority for the club, and unfortunately it isn't. Some people may feel this is airing dirty laundry. Some people may think that this is not warranted on the internet, but I gotta be honest with you, I love Orlando City. I want it to win. I want Orlando City to lift trophies, but also I don't know how else to convey this information to the club and let them know that it's not all peaches and cream with this fan base, and that yes, I do appreciate the fact that they're making efforts to reach out to us and to do great things, but that a segment of this fan base feels ignored and neglected. With that said, I want to tell you that I've been doing a live podcast Mondays 8:30 p.m. with my friend Luis Pineda, Loud and Proud Orlando. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Loud and Proud Orlando. On the live show, you can interact with us, ask us questions. Ask us questions. There's a lot of quality on the video and the graphics and the audio, so I hope you enjoy that. If you can't join us live on Loud and Proud Orlando channel, you can watch the videos. You can also catch the audio version on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but I suggest the video because obviously you get to enjoy all the graphics and all the things that we have for you guys. Aside from that, Tiro de Esquina podcast in Spanish for all of you guys. So my invitation is to go like, share, watch Loud and Proud Orlando Mondays 8:30. Loud and Proud Orlando channel. Loud and Proud also when it's live transmits simultaneously to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, so you can watch us in all three applications live Mondays 8:30, and Tiro de Esquina podcast on all the applications covering Orlando City in Spanish. And of course, like and subscribe here at the legendary David, where I am being blogging in Spanish and English about the greatest football club on the face of the earth, Orlando City. So with that said, thank you very much. Hope to provide you guys with a video soon, and as always, vamos Orlando.